What I think I want to know, though, possibly I'm going to sound a touch ignorant, but I think it's fair to share this. I'm not certain I know either the difference between, say, a patent and trademark, or when in a business would you go for this in order to protect yourself. So can you explain that a bit for people?
Yeah, I mean, and it varies for every business, but I can at least kind of that baseline is what is a patent, what's a trademark, what's a copyright. I can certainly illuminate a bit on that, and then we can chat a little bit about what you might need depending on the business you're doing.
Hmm.
So if you're to break it down, really a patent is going towards an invention, towards something that has a functionality that does something. So if you're to think of a patent, pretty simple. It can be software, it can be hardware, it can be electrical, it can be sometimes food, it can be pharmaceuticals. So there's a lot of aspects to it. But really, if you're thinking, okay, I created an invention or I created something that does something, that falls under patents. The second one is going to be trademarks, and trademarks are going to be more for something to do with the brand of your business. So if you're to think of a name of a company, a name of a product, a catchphrase, a logo, really anything to do with the branding of your business, that falls under copy or trademarks. Copyrights are going to be for something that's more on the creative nature. So if you to think of a book, a movie, a television show, a painting, a sculpture, anything along that nature, to where it's the creative aspect of having that creativity element, that's going to fall under copyright. So really, when you're breaking it up, patents are to inventions, trademarks are to branding, copyrights are to creatives. Now,
So,
oh, go ahead.
sorry, I suppose really all I was going to ask very quickly was, say I design, being a psychologist, so I'm more likely to design something that's visually a model than a physical object that makes something.
Sure.
So at that point, am I fundamentally approaching you because I'm coming from either a place of slight fear that I don't want someone to copy this, or that in a positive way, what we're phrasing is that we want to protect it? What are we actually protecting? People being able to plagiarize it or mess with it in some way? What are we really protecting?
Yeah, I would say that there are kind of two aspects of intellectual property. And one is one you hit on, and that's usually where most people jump to, which is, hey, I'm where to have this. I put in a ton of time, money, and effort to cultivate X. And that can be a invention, it can be a brand, it can be a creative, but you put in a lot of time, money, and or effort to do or create something, and you're saying, I want to protect it so somebody else doesn't come along, knock that off, or copy what I'm doing, which that is the kind of that defensive creative or defensive posture, which definitely makes sense. The one that kind of doesn't, or people initially don't think about, but which is equally as a value, is it also creates a asset of the company. So one of the difficulties is when you're creating something is it's kind of like the magic trick is, hey, once you know how it's done, everybody once everybody knows how the magic trick is done, it's much easier to recreate. And it took to take a ton of time, money, and effort to create that. And it does have that asset. It is a value that you created something. And so the intellectual property also acts as an asset to the business. It's investable. So if you're going to go out, raise money on it, investors, whether it's angel capital or venture capital or anything of that nature, they're going to say, hey, you got an intellectual property, you got a patent, trademark, copyright, that's investable. You can also go out and license it to other businesses, or when you go and sell your business, that can be part of the evaluation of what your business is actually valued and worth. And so it's kind of both of that. One hand, it's that protective nature of stopping others from copying what you're doing, and the other hand, building that asset into your business that allows it to continue to increase in value.